Currently loading dark water divination. Please enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Water Divination. My name is Brianna. I am a medium and spiritual guide, and I have a message here for you if you would like it. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for letting me take this past week off. That full moon wrecked me in a way that I didn't see it coming. So I took the week off to kind of just like recuperate, let myself marinate in the heavy energy that we just experienced. So I hope you all are doing well. What this reading is, I kind of sat in meditation for a while to figure out what this reading needs to be, what is the most important reading, and I feel like this is going to be more so of like, where are you at in your journey? What's happening right now for you? So with that, I'm going to step back and allow Spirit to come forward. Please allow the most direct, truthful, and aligned information come forward. Please allow me to communicate clearly and truthfully. Spirit, I allow you in. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that, oh my gosh, it's 333. Well, how cool. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. We are actually going to start with Oracle cards today. For whatever reason, I'm feeling like that is the strongest pull. And we are going to go into, where are you at in your journey? I feel like right now I am speaking to those of you who you have a pretty strong understanding of why you're here, what you're doing, where you're going. However, I feel like I'm speaking to those of you who are in a period of time in which you're sort of like, although you're solid in where you're wanting to go, I feel like you're kind of in this space where you don't need to do anything, and that's unfamiliar for you. And so this is sort of going to be a reading that is confirmation majoritively. But let's see. Oh, this circle deck is a doozy to shuffle, let me tell you. Okay. Where's the viewer at in their journey? And what is the most important information for us to know? Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so no way. Okay, so what came together is the mother and the womb. We'll get into that in just a second. And then we have the healer. Okay, so this came up in my meditations as well. And then we have the queen and the cave. Yeah, okay, this is kind of cool. Everything that came out in my meditation that I was receiving is literally exactly what I'm supposed to basically disseminate to you guys, which is what I was feeling in the meditation. So for me, this is a confirmation. This is actually pretty cool. So let's break this down. I definitely feel like I'm speaking to those of you who are in a time period right now in which you are healing. I also feel like you could be deepening your own spiritual practice, or if you are not somebody who is super into spiritual practice, I feel like you are somebody who is deepening their connection to themselves, or at least making a commitment to yourself. You could also potentially be working through mother wounds, or you could yourself be coming into motherhood, bringing in a child or birthing some sort of creation. I feel very largely though that this is a healing, not only a healing, but an expansion and an integration of a mother wound that I feel like you may have had sheltered before, or may have had it locked away in a certain space, but now I feel like you are coming into a place in which, again, I feel like you know where you're going. I feel like you know what your purpose is, and I feel like you are somebody who's already sort of got the foundation laid. Like you are actively currently on the path that you know and feel you are meant to be on. And so this time period is giving you a period to be able to work through and integrate whatever sort of mother wound or feminine wound even I'm hearing that you may be experiencing, especially with this Queen card here that we have. Is it gonna focus? No. That's okay. Especially with the Queen and the Cave card, I feel like some of you are coming into a period where you are learning how to come into your femininity, or at least come into who you've truly felt like you would be had you not had the types of wounds that you've experienced. I also feel like, yeah, there's a deeper commitment to yourself, a deeper commitment to your femininity, a deeper commitment to nurturing yourself as well and taking care of yourself in a way that I feel like you may have, again, locked away, or this could be something that you are doing in solitude. Again, with this cave, you could be creating your own sort of sanctuary within yourself. I keep hearing there's some sort of wound deep within yourself. This could also be a sensual wound, sexuality wound that you may be dealing with as well, or like healing. I truly feel like this isn't something that is bogging you down. That is pretty straightforward to me. It feels very strongly like this is... We have 3 here. Again, what's really interesting is the Mother and the Queen, similarly in this deck, feel like the Empress. We started this reading at 333, and then we have a 3-headed snake here as well. So there's something to do with the number 3. 3s are like the Holy Trinity. They're like a connection point, the triangles, there's like symbolism in that as well, and I could go on forever for that, but they're telling me that's not the point. The point is that connects to the Empress card: abundance, creation, motherhood, right? The embodiment of sacred femininity. This is really a time where you are allowing yourself to bloom. There's more snake imagery here too as well. More snake imagery. So snakes could mean something for you. You are shedding a layer of yourself and healing something very deep within you, and from you healing and integrating this is going to elevate you and bring you into a level of confidence, a level of self-assurance, a level of grace as well to the way that you move and the way that you make decisions. Let's go into the book though. I want to see, let's do the healer. Let's do the healer and see what that says for us. Uno momento while I search for this, because this is an incredible deck. And it's massive and it has so much information. Oh, this is the deck, in case you want to know it. But let's see. You guys will never guess. It's on page 111. So, more angel numbers. You could be seeing angel numbers as well, like around you. I was also feeling a lot of synchronicity, especially with this prayer card. You could be experiencing another awakening as well, but I feel like on this aspect, it's not like just your regular spiritual awakening. I feel like this is something like a kundalini awakening, something that is starting from the base, from the root. You could also be somebody who's working on root chakra wounds as well. Let's get into this. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from within we so easily drift away. I feel like I didn't read that sentence right. I did. I don't know why I feel like I didn't read it right. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing that the cycle of healing is not linear, it is multi-layered and circuitous. Yep, process. Always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. So again, snake imagery. We're actually going to read the Queen as well, but yeah, you are going through a cycle or healing a cycle, transforming and shedding something very, very deep within you. I also want to read the womb. We might end up reading every single card, so get cozy, you guys. Let's do 155. You guys, we just keep getting angel numbers. Okay. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning. The mother beyond the mother, which we have the mother here again. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and disparate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return to be reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it as it is within us. It is nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. I also feel like you're learning self-love and bringing like self-love into yourself as well, which is really, really incredible and beautiful. I also feel like some of you could be healing a relationship with your mother as well. And again, that in turn is like boosting or like supercharging your confidence and your ability to stand within yourself. I also feel like some of you are, this could have something to do with your career or have something to do with your path. Some of you could identify as healers, and so a part of your mission could be helping other women or other people who identify as feminine move through and sort of integrate these wounds or integrate this deeper sacred intelligence from within themselves. Finding the power, finding the mysticism within themselves. Okay. And then let's read Queen. Bear with me again as I search for what seems like a millennia. Okay. Ooh, 83 is a quick switch this time. Or switch? Search. 83. Like her counterpart, the king, the queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. That came up again in the other card, forgiving. So a lot of you could be forgiving yourself, forgiving others, or again, forgiving some sort of mother wound or some sort of mother figure in your life. You could also be working through like a feminine wound, like how you may notice that like you surround yourself more so with masculine energies, and so you may be in a time in your life in which you are accepting more feminine energies in and seeing how that works within your life and how you can connect with that as well. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. The embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, and stillness. So this is also having like a certain trust in the divine order, a certain trust in the universe, that all of what you are going through, the reason why you have it, the reason why you're having to go through it, the reason why it's important to integrate it on this path, all of that is being made aware to you. And again, I feel like you're understanding that you're going through this, that it's happening for you, so that you can then almost herald people through it. Like a pilgrim in that sense, and like you go through it so that way you can then help other people move through it and go forward. Let me see if there's one more from this deck. The shadow. Yeah, hold on, I want to do one more. It feels like it's not done. Hold on. And the father, the mother and the father. How very interesting. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that this was still good. The frequency in my headphone is like starting to cut in and out, which I think is really interesting. There's so much dualistic nature. You could also be on a path right now, or a time period in your journey in which you are balancing your masculine and your feminine. You could also be healing both your feminine and your masculine at the same time. You are actively and willingly going into the shadows, into the hurt, into the pain. And like nurturing it, accepting it, looking at it, understanding it, and allowing it to almost be a part of your team, be a part of your family, and then using it to move forward. It's almost like those people where when they're in a marathon and like they're really, really tired and they don't feel like they can go anymore, how they'll sort of like use that despair, use that pain to push themselves forward and to continue and to keep going and to keep moving, and that gives them that extra little push, that extra little bit. And so I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is doing this, and again, I feel like you're doing this in a sort of solitude, like in your own space, alone. I don't feel like this is necessarily something that you are expressing to others. You could be speaking with like a professional, a therapist, or what have you, but for the most part, I feel like this is something that you are doing on your own. You could also be coming into, I feel like, a maturing as well, a deeper sense of trust within yourself in the ways in which things play out, the ways in which things happen for you. I also feel like you could be reparenting yourself. There's something here about the moon as well. Maybe you talk to the moon. Maybe you pray to the moon. Maybe you feel deeply connected to the moon. 3 is Taurus, so Taurus could be significant, or 3 is connected to Empress, which is connected to Taurus and Libra. That can mean something too for you guys. Okay, let's see if there are any other ending messages. So it just looks like you are expanding and healing a very deeply rooted but integral part of you. I feel like you are growing into a very beautifully grounded self-assured version of yourself in this time period. That you are actively going through some pretty deep shadow work, but with the understanding that this is to heal you, this is to move you forward. Look at that. Speaking of the past and past cycles, we have 6 of Cups on the split. The frequency in my headphone is going crazy, you guys. It is like half. I'm listening to crown frequencies and it is just, it's going nuts. All of my candles are like still. That one's not still. My connection candle is like still. This is really big work that you're doing. You could also feel a little bit tired. Ooh, hold on. Oh, that's giving me chills. Hold on. Okay. I want to make sure that that was good. That felt so strange. That was giving me chills. That was messing up so much in my left ear, which, funny enough, that is the feminine side. So again, I feel like that's kind of a message in the sense of like, I acknowledged it, saw it. It was a little bit spooky, but I calmly took care of it, stepped back, did it. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I feel like although you're doing heavy work, you're still like enjoying yourself. You're still finding moments of happiness. You're still like what you are shedding, you are happy to be shedding this. You're happy to be letting this go. Oh, I just got chills on the left side. You're happy to be letting this go. This is a good thing. You could also be in a time period right now of waiting, having to be patient. The Empress and the Queen, the Mother, they wait. They don't force or push or action their way to things. They allow things to come to them. They feel into the frequency, the vibration. They feel into the timeline that they would like to be in, the person that they would like to be in, and they bring it down from the ethers and allow the things around them to show up for them to help support, if that makes sense. And I feel like you're in that sort of time period right now, in which you don't have to action things. You keep doing what you need to do, taking care of business, healing in the way that you need to, looking at your shadows in the way that you need to. However, you're not allowing that to stop you. You're still moving forward with grace, with calmness. I feel like a lot of you too, with this healing, you could be noticing either you may be looking younger, or you could be I don't want to say like becoming more beautiful, because I feel like that means that you weren't beautiful before, but you could be noticing like yourself glowing more. You could be noticing more compliments from people. You could be noticing that when you look in the mirror, you feel like you look a lot better. An overall just increase in your physical appearance. We have, woo, that is an incredible card to get. We have the 6 of Wands here coming out. That is success, and especially success after very trying times, going through lots of obstacles. Oh my gosh, 6, duality, 2 numbers the same, 6, 6 again. We have 6 of Pentacles coming out here. That is equal reciprocity. That is equal give and take. I also feel like you are in a time period with your energy in which you know how to balance, how to reciprocate. You also know when is a good time to give, when is a good time to take. I also feel like you are coming into, the success in integrating both aspects of yourself. You are learning how to be feminine when it's time to be feminine, how to be masculine when it's time to be masculine. And by that I mean you're learning when to take action when it's time to take action, and when to sit back and wait for inspired action. Wait for that yes feeling, right? Like if you are in a creative block, instead of pushing and pushing and pushing for an idea, that is one of those moments where you would look at yourself and say, okay, you know what? Action isn't working. The masculine side isn't working. Let me step back. Let me take a break. Let me pause. Let me do some self-care, and then allow things to come to me, allow my mind to open up and expand. And from that point, things will drop in and I'll understand what to do and where to go. And I feel like that's where you are at. Albeit you're doing this quite successfully as well, it looks like. I also can feel you are not somebody who is afraid to go into the depths of yourself, the depths of who you are. You're not afraid to go into the scary parts, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Let's close this out with one last card. Ooh, we have two. Oh, how cool, you guys. This is so good. Okay. Oh, excuse me. We have the Tower on the bottom, so some sudden unexpected changes may be happening, but again, these are for your benefit, happening for you, and usually so that way something better can come in, as I accidentally start splitting to the 10 of Cups. So loads and heaps of happiness. We have the 4 of Wands coming out here again as one of your final cards, and coming out here again. I said again, it didn't, this is the first time that it's come out. Page of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting to the end of this. I can feel that you guys are quite, I don't know, maybe tired, exhausted, or maybe you're just like, maybe you've been running again that marathon. Maybe you've been running for a while and you're in that moment where you're like, okay, let me use this, like, this exhaustion. Let me use this, I don't know if I can keep going type of feeling to push forward, to get myself to the finish line, because I know that I will get there and that I can do it. And so that is this feeling. There is definitely like celebration, some sort of news of a celebration coming in for you. You could be reuniting with a friend of yours as well, that will help sort of bring joy, and or this could be somebody who is coming in to sort of reciprocate the same sort of energy that you bring to them. They will be bringing this also to you. With that 10 of Cups that I saw peeking out when we accidentally split, I almost wanted to say, I did want to say, but I wasn't sure if it was time yet, that you could have a partnership coming in, or some of you could be developing a partnership that is already here. It could be at the beginning stages. However, I feel like this is also going to be deepening. I feel like this is somebody who is a soulmate to you. I also feel like this is somebody who is going to help you along this journey. But again, I feel like this is something that is new or at the beginning stages, or something that you may be picking back up as you are doing this healing. But I feel like this is going to be somebody who is going to help support you in this healing and help show you the ways in which you have been successful. And heaps of support from spirit as well. But okay, they're telling me close it out here, so I hope that this helps. I hope that this brought you some sort of confirmation. If it did, go ahead and let me know by hitting that thumbs up button and letting me know down in the comments below, because I would love to hear from you guys. If you want to be a part of the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That is the best way to join and be here, and you will also be notified of any new videos that I post. I am posting twice weekly, so you don't want to miss it, but also I want to make sure that these resonate for you guys, so only choose the ones that work for you. And also, sorry, just a disclaimer, you can listen to tarot readings all day long, you can listen to them as much as you want, but only you have the decision and only you have the power to live the life that you want, to make the decisions that you want. A tarot reader can tell you to do something or tell you that it's a bad idea, but if you feel like that's not right for you, if you feel like it's good for you, then continue to go for it, right? Things only hold as much power as you give them. So if you think it's going to be really negative, it's most likely going to be really negative. If you think it's going to go really positively, it's most likely going to be really positively. There is so much power in the energy that we put behind things. So I don't know, just remember that. So only choose the ones that feel very, very aligned to you. That's quite important, and don't give it more power than you give power to yourself. So I hope that this helps, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.